He's going to do it. You're going to do the thing.
Yeah.
You're good with that.
You just have to point it at me. Get the
Right,
both of us in.
Oh, camera, sorry.
Yeah.
This is the simplest and easiest call.
Right.
Yeah, and this is a greylag. Sorry, this is the Canada goose.
Okay.
So we're looking at that would be the equivalent decoys. You see those?
Right. Yeah.
You must have heard that.
Oh yeah.
So that's dead easy.
Okay. So that's no mouth involved.
Yeah. Try a longer one.
Longer one. What?
No, listen, that's it. Now you just imagine that goose flying.
Yeah, okay.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It takes a little bit getting used to.
Yeah, you've got to manage all that
again,
dangly stuff.
the problem with that though
Yep.
is you need two hands.
Yeah,
and
you
what
do.
you do with a gun. That's the one thing. The other thing is it's a little bit cumbersome and tricky. You can't hang it around your neck.
Right, okay.
So next thing is then we'll move on to more or less, I'm looking at size really, that's the one way to go.
Right.
And so you're looking at a greylag goose,
right.
of a deeper call. This, they say to use it by trying it as if you're drinking from the opposite side.
Right.
And you're trying to get that hut hut noise. I won't go into different things you can do, feeding noise and everything else. Now you really got to blow this one.
You really do, don't you?
Right from down in here. That's it. Now you nearly, that one was very good. See,
Yeah?
it's blended, yeah.
Got to join them together.
And that's a sort of call you'll get. They're shouting out. There's a lone goose flying around. It's lost its mates, and that's the sort of noise it's making.
Okay.
And then one on the ground will probably just go. And the way to get, if you can get a lone goose, you start calling to it.
Right.
The thing about calls, though, we'll drop that one off for a minute, is little. Don't keep doing them all the time.
Right.
Don't call if there's nothing to call to. Some people do that, thinking they'll draw in things from miles, but generally speaking, I suggest not.
Okay.
So the next thing you're coming on to is a pink foot call.
Right.
Same again, give it a good blow. There's only
Good
one
blow.
way to learn how to call, and that's to get one. Go down to the force.
That's
Now
nice.
try and do the hut hut. You just. So if you keep the call on your mouth, blow from here. Yeah. So if you're in any of the grey geese estuaries, you know you'll hear that sort of thing, and that's to attract them. And that's actually Eddie Nixon goose call, and I know him well, and he made that for me in his engineering works.
That's made out of horn or something, is it?
It's actually
It's type of plastic.
resin, type of resin. He gets special, gets turned down. He's got engineering works to be fanatical wildfowler, and I think he's chairman of South Solway.
Right.
So next thing we're coming on to the duck then, and that's good old mallard or greenhead as the Americans would call it.
Right.
And you recognise that straight away. And now
How
you've
are we
got
supposed to be doing that then?
Well, let's have a go.
Yep.
I don't explain it really, but
There's a lot of dancing fingers around this one as well, isn't there?
I haven't done it too much because think of a duck laughing. How would it sound like? You see? Now it's coming to go. That's one of the ways. There's different calls on. The subtlety is listening to the quarry, and then you'll get the different calls. There's feeding calls, feeding chatter. I was hoping my mate's going to come because he's more into calling. I mean, he's got some nice, more American calls, and you can do feeding duck a lot better with them than you can with this.
Okay.
The next one, this is a classic wigeon whistle. There's two types of this. There's this type, and this is just put in a bellows. It's fantastic expensive bit of old steering gator off a car. All right, but it works, and that's the main thing. And there's a call in there with two holes. You might have seen some of them. They're like a little pot, brass pot with a thin pipe going out the end.
I've seen the call on its own, but without the rubber around it.
That's right. So what we do with this is wigeon, and a slight breath in and a breath out. Don't have to blow very hard with this, which is good. You probably heard that call if you're anywhere near duck in an estuary.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm going in too hard, aren't I?
That's it. It's only slight. It's only slight, but you. The expert already. You're only doing it 2 minutes. Yeah, that's great. And then, last but not least, is this a little whistle that you can call in pintail with.
Right.
But I use it for teal. And teal make a short, sharp beat noise. Kids have been all over it. So. You might have been out at night. Do you live around here or?
Oh, I live in Surrey.
Surrey.
So
You'll get teal.
I've been places where there are teal. Yeah.
And you've heard that?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, generally, that's a cock teal. Now, you just got to get the level for it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to get the right amount of blow, otherwise it all goes wrong.
Yeah, you've got to play about with them a bit.
Okay. That's taking us through the whole lot. Then,
That's taking you through the main ones. I can't find the other. I've got another little teal one which is the
right.
same. But that's the main quarry species that call.
Excellent. So I'm not ready for the marsh just yet.
No, actually, I think you're quite good. One of the things is don't get disheartened because one of the things that you'll find is the call doesn't sound right to you blowing it.
Right.
But if you were 20 yards over there, looking the other way,
yeah.
actually I had someone turn around and they were looking up to see where and it wasn't me blowing it, it was one of the kids. So never get disheartened. Obviously there's an etiquette.
The kids are loving it, aren't they?
Oh, they really did good. Don't get disheartened because but think about etiquette. I mean, some people, if you've got other people on a marsh around where you are and you're blowing away on the calls, the time to do it is actually in the summer. Go down in the summer and just have a fiddle about, you know, and not embarrass yourself in private. It's surprising how easy it is to make a difference. But my thing with calls is little and rare rather than lots and often, because you can put away more than you can. But when you do get that thrill, not only of decoying out, something like we do with a lot of wigeon decoying where we are, but you also see a pack going on past you and you call them back round. That is, it is just one of those magic moments in sporting. Like hearing that ferret drum this morning, they come straight out the net. It's one of those top things,
Brilliant.
So,
Well, thank you.
Great, a pleasure.
I didn't catch it's Stuart
Hill,
Hill, right. And where do you go wildfowling?
I'm chairman of Bridgwater Bay Wildfowlers.
Ah, right.
So generally that area, but we go up to Scotland for a week.
Okay.
But we don't go with guides, and then we do our own. We go on the foreshore and the Tay, and that's the part of it. I like the puzzle part of working out the fieldcraft, in it, is what we call it. That's the thing that really does it for me. But what about yourself?
Thanks very much. Rob's arms are dropping off here. What have I done? I've been out with individual people around different places around the country on odd occasions, but I don't make a habit or have somewhere that I go regularly.
Well, if you want to try wildfowling on the Somerset levels, season's finished now.
Yeah, but maybe later that'd be lovely. Yeah,
have you got Rob's?
I'm always in touch with Robbie.
Well, Rob can give you my contact details.
He's all over me on Facebook.
But
can't
there are
get
some
away from him.
Very good wildfowling clubs over by you as well.
Yeah.
Pagham.
Well, there's the ones
arranged.
down at Chichester, and I've been on the Medway with not a club, but with some individuals who own a bit of an island between them.
Blackwater Wildfowlers, they're quite good.
It's Blackwater as well.
Well, you're in a good spot.
I'm in good, easy reach of some good wildfowling, for sure. Yeah.
My brother lives further up in Suffolk,
right,
and they've got some good wildfowling clubs up there.
Brilliant. Thank you, Rob. I think your arms are dropping off, aren't they?
I'm trying to press anything.
Let's hope it was recording, eh?